What is the meaning of this?
The meaning of this is to look at Hardeep's new haircut.
I mean,
He's aerodynamic now.
see, he continues the fakeness. That's what I'm talking about. What's the meaning of this? You wouldn't miss a beat, dude, or an opportunity to get your face on a camera. All right. When there was talk of another camera sesh, you're like, I need in this now. Woo details. Like, I need to go back, rewatch it 100 times. You get your hair done, your makeup done as well, there, champ.
This just goes to show Josh's judgment and his how he perceives things. The only guy not on camera. I'm trying to think. I see Hardeep. I see Josh. I see Woo. I see humble Mike with his youthful picture not on camera. So take back that statement. Slander.
He's bitter. It makes sense. The ugliest guy's not on camera. You know,
he's bitter, dude.
Hey,
he's on his own this year.
Right. Look. You could twist it. It's about the voice, the face. I mean, the whole package of just trying to deliver a message. This is your thing. This is your world, and you inspired me to again to jump in a session like this. And really, when I see a link that goes out that says Intel Site Games, like to get people excited, and I watch that pile of shit that I had to endure, right, and just feel like there's just this lack of energy coming from this, this video, and I was inspired, and I'm like, woo, let's get this rolling.
All right, here we go.
I'm all for the higher production value. Woo just interviewed us after kicking our butts, playing like 2 extra games we didn't want to play.
Exactly.
We were tired. I didn't know it was coming.
Woo,
there was nothing.
Woo, did you see that? You see what he did there, Woo? So it's exactly how it was last season, where he blames everybody else. So
Josh comes with a critique. I say, here's some context on the critique, and he goes, I mean, what? You won't even accept what I said as fact?
Woo, it's you, man. It's not him. You should have allowed him to get his air, catch his, get his thoughts together. But
hey, guys,
let's let Josh talk, because I want to hear his.
Well, you guys gotta prompt me with some questions. I mean, what do you want to know?
Well, first of all, let's set the table. After Josh watched the initial interview, he contacted WSN. He said, "Hey, man, we need to up the energy, up the level of critique of the teams." He said McCurdy was a little soft on the evaluation of the team. So, Josh, let's go ahead and discuss the teams, if you may. Let me bring up the sheet so that we all have. Let me share it.
Yeah.
All right. You see the teams there.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. And Woo, it wasn't about the approach of being soft. It was just there was no real honest take. I mean, he just really beat around the bush and just said some real cringe, cheesy sort of level of analysis that I just if I'm getting ready for a site games and this is the Super Bowl, right, of basketball tournaments. A lot of history here, right? A lot of these folks have been playing together for years, right? So let's save all the nice guy shtick that Mike tried to hit with the last video, and let's just cut the shit, right?
All right, go cut through the chase. Let's see what you got, Josh.
Really good preamble. That'll set you up. You will be judged as you are judging. So give us your take. Can't wait for how good your takes are.
Yeah, listen. Listen. If you don't think for 1 minute, Mr. McCurdy, that I'm public enemy number one, and that everyone judges my every move out there, then you're mistaken. I know I got a bullseye on my back. I know probably half the folks out there think that I'm riding your coattails, and I really didn't earn anything that any of the accolades that I've done, right, in site games, and I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable on my own skin, and I know what I bring to the table. So so as far as how people feel about me, it's pretty well known, and I think that's probably what fuels my fire. To be honest, that's why I go out there and I deliver and execute when games on the line. So
all right, let's see. Let's take a look at your team, Josh.
Yeah.
You and Timmy.
Want to jump right there?
Just jump right there, because you think you.
How about I do this? How about I do this for you, Woo? How about I just rank it? Okay.
Up to you. All right. Let's see what you got.
All right. Let's just rank it. Okay. Look. Listen. As much as I want to say McCurdy's team is in the last place, because I mean, truly, they're not one of the better teams, but if I had to be honest, right, because that's what it's about, honesty. Ron Greenspan's team looks atrocious.
That's Woo's team.
Yeah, Woo doesn't deserve to be on that team. Woo, like I said, I put a note out to Trevor. You need to be traded immediately. Ron, listen here, buddy. This is your first time doing this. I respect you for taking the risk, but my God, what in the world? Mike? Were you serving alcohol at this draft, or I'm not sure what happened there, but that is probably one of the historically bad teams next to DK from last season. So I'm not sure anyone could do what DK did last season, but this looks to be a contender in the.
That was a low standard that we have to, adhere to. I think we'll be able to get that more than one win.
You think so?
Oh, easily.
Interesting.
Josh, well, I do apologize. When you said I was being a nice guy, I'm like, yeah, compared to you, I absolutely was. So I'm excited for this. This is going to be awesome content. I love that. Go deeper. Tell us more about Ron's team.
I am a nice guy. Josh is the villain. Yeah, way to paint.
No. I'm saying
no, it's cool.
You're keeping it real. Tell us more, because if they beat your team, it's just, oh my gosh, it's glory.
If they beat our team, it would have been because we beat ourselves. Because honestly, there's no chance in hell we lose to that team unless Timmy does something atrociously bad. Which, Timmy, I love you, man. But we're gonna fix you. I'm gonna make you a killer. Okay. There's a lot of mistakes. You're an old dog. But I'm excited for the challenge. I think we're gonna bring you back to the contender, status that you were accustomed to playing at years ago in the 80s. So I'm going to bring that back, man. I see some opportunity there to really bring back some of the fire within Timmy, within some of the other folks on my team.
His flame may have extinguished.
Potentially. Yeah, potentially. And again, he tried to do something last year and being a captain, sort of like what Greenspan's doing here. I'd give Timmy a little more credit. I think he drafted a way better team than Greenspan, but
at least he stepped up last year, yeah. And then Ron's stepping up this year, so
he stepped up. But look, listen. I'll give you props there. Step up's one thing, but don't fumble the opportunity, because honestly, draft a team like this and you run it in reverse, which I'm fully expecting that he's going to do. You're not going to get invited to that table anymore. So Greenspan, no pressure, but my man, I hope you guys win one.
We'll get one. That'll be much sweeter if we get it against you guys.
Woo! Stop saying we. You're gonna be traded over to my team probably by next week. I'm thinking James is probably on the block.
Finished.
Trade one agent for another.
Game one.
Yeah, James is on the block. What? What were we saying?
I was saying the schedule is not totally done. Do we need a week one matchup with Woo's team? We'll see. We'll take that into consideration.
I would love that layup. Yeah, I would love that layup. Obviously, I'm staring at this gentleman here whose head is glistening in the camera right now. This guy, I don't know if it's a haircut or just naturally just falling apart before our very eyes, but I obviously would love a shot at Hardeep. There's a lot of controversy around what he's done this season, last season. Love taking it to him. McCurdy obviously would love to take your head off as well. But I think if it was me tactically, I think the layup with Ron Greenspan would probably be the best approach. So if you're saying, Commissioner, that there's a chance to do that, I'm down to take the warm up game against the Greenspan.
Yeah, we'll take it into consideration. Good to know.
Sure. Yeah, just like I saw that you took in consideration that you're going to play Kingsley's team on Wednesday without Niels there. That's interesting and very tactical on your part. But
obviously the schedule is not done. If Niels didn't fill his out till very late, I think, or someone did, maybe Kingsley didn't. So the schedule is not done. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not scheduling a game against Niels first week. What are you not?
Okay. Good man. All right. Good.
So who's number 5?
So yeah, 6 is slam dunk. Sorry, Woo, but your team's shit. 5, man. This one to me is interesting, but I gotta go. You guys may be surprised by this one. I want to say Mike, but it's not Mike. It's gonna be Gerald's team. I think Gerald's team's gonna be 5. Gerald Simmons a 5. just for the fact that they don't have a true big. I know they drafted this new gentleman named Isaiah. I think he's in for a rude awakening as it pertains to the level of competition that he's going to have to step up and play in. And I don't know if you guys have seen that dude's engine. Him and Tin, both 10-minute men on the same team, just screams trouble to me. So I see that team not making the playoffs. Fifth.
Yeah, I think Isaiah is the only true big. And Ron's playing a little bit bigger. Johan's out. Leroy's not a big. Yeah.
That team. I mean, it's not as shit as yours, Woo, but it's got some problems. Yeah.
Hey, at least we got some height. We got some height, and then you can't count out Danny. You cannot count out Danny.
Whose team is Jerry's team scorer?
I mean, I don't think scoring's the problem.
What, you think they score more than Woo's team?
Yeah, totally.
Who's scoring on Jerry's team?
I mean, Gerald, Tin, and Ron Chaney can all score.
And what about Woo's team?
Just Danny. Who else? Just like Mike said in quote, this is the most cheesiest quote ever. Like, rather just telling it like it was, he was like, well, the team will go as far as Danny will take them. Like, what on earth was that? So cheesy.
I mean, I think
that's
it's true.
That's just code for that. Woo, your team shit. That's just what it is.
So right? What it means is there's a number one pick going to a team. They can carry.
We like the underdog rule.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's 5. Let's go now. This is a bubble. Wait, who's the other one? Yeah. So I think the other team ends up being Kingsley here in this spot. Just for the very fact that I don't know if Kings plans to play point guard. I'm not sure what's going on there or how they plan to strategically run their offense. I think defensively they'll be okay. They're gonna ask a lot of folks to try to score outside. I think defensively they may keep it competitive, but I'm really curious how they get their points or get a good offensive flow going. So they could surprise me, but I think they're going to be right there in that 4 spot.
Yeah, we questioned their backcourt.
Yep. And then the Curtis team, I think, rounds off the 3rd spot. Although I could see them taking a dump too. He went with picking up some of his buddies. I think Mike is a good player. So he's not Trevor, but he's a good player. One of the better players. But I think if Mike's going to have to demand the ball a lot in that offense, and I think that's where his challenge is going to be. They're not going to get him the ball the way he's going to want it, and I could see some turmoil, some controversy, and dysfunction going on in that household on Team 6. So, or team, not team. What team are you? Team? Was it?
Team 6.
Team 6. Yeah.
Hey, can I just count? The best comment you made was you draft all your good buddies. I'm like, Josh, for people that aren't named Josh, they're just called players in the league. So if you don't have beats with 75% of the league, Josh is like, oh, the guy he's cool with. They're gonna. So happy to have my buddies, aka players in the league. No, I'm happy to be in the top 3. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I love our team. I think every team's competitive, but I like.
Now McCurdy said since he shed Josh, he likes his team much better than last season. So
I think he did it. Mike did a good job, right? He's got like 4 bruisers. They're all willing to stop. They've got a good defensive team right there.
Yeah.
I think Cuevas is going to have a better season, and just based off his athleticism, I think he brings a different dynamic for Mike and. But yeah, as far as the other folks on the team,
he came out Friday and showed people who Mike.
He looked pretty good. Yeah,
he showed him what's up. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The dude's
he was hurt last year. He's like battling like multiple ailments. I won't tell you which one, so you can't target him. But he's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he could say he was hurt, but I just blame it to leadership, captainship, and the gentleman here across from me. I mean, there's a lot there that he probably didn't want to say publicly that I'll just say on his behalf, because that man right there with DK, what an ultimate bust, probably historical bust on his part. So yeah.
hey Blue,
I
just going into my team since they're on the docket right now. Can you tell me your thoughts on Boyette? You like his game? You think he'll help our team? What are your thoughts on Boyette? I love the pickup.
I think what I love about that is your confidence in Boyette. I think to me that's where I get the advantage, is that you think you're going to use him a certain way, and I think I could think of 100 things I could do with him in the starting lineup, playing against him. So I'll leave it at that, because I think you feel like you got something there, or a steal or whatever, right? I think you have a certain feeling that he could do certain things, and where I may feel opposite. So which is good for me.
You think Boyette detracts from our team? Is that your statement there, sir?
No, I didn't say that. I just think that you feel there's something there that he can do that I think will ultimately not be there. I don't want to get into detail, because I'll use it against you if you plan to roll him out in the starting five.
Good, nice guy answer. Good answer.
Please do.
Not a negative.
You're not going to bait me.
Positive.
You're not going to bait me. I'm just saying, all the things that you think he's going to do well, I disagree. Let's just leave it at that. And I hope you start him, and I hope you start him in your lineup against us.
Listen to this. Please just don't turn into the opposite of player you are. He's just going to lose what he does overnight. I don't think so. He's going to rebound, play D, hit mid-range shots, and play hard. Okay.
Yeah, it really did. He do all that in side games, or he's just purely based off what you're seeing in pickup? Because
he did do that last year. Did you watch him on David's team? Did you ever bang up against him?
Did anybody watch Dave's team last year?
They only played about 3 games. They only played 3 games.
Did you watch him? Nobody watched that pile of crap last season.
He played him twice. Okay. All right.
And this is what I'm saying. You basically said, DK, I'm going to draft you and all the other guys. I'm going to try to make this work. That was your mistake. And you know what? You'll fall on that sword, and good. And if you guys win, which I highly doubt it, but if you do, I'm sure it'll be just purely off of Cuevas's production.
Kevin Flanagan's secret weapon right there.
Yeah, I do need you to comment on Kevin. I need a Kevin comment. I'm ecstatic about that pick. I think maybe the steal of the draft.
Yeah, what do you want to know about Kevin?
Oh, Bruiser. No, what do you think? I mean, you see our lineup, right? We presumably have a pretty set 5-man, 6-man rotation. I mean, it depends who's there, but I think Kevin's in the starting lineup if I have my say in it. What do you think about that? You okay with that?
It demotivates teams. I know which 5.
Yeah. What do you want to know about Kevin? I like Kevin's game. Do I think he's, impactful player? Like, I don't know what you mean. Like what do you want to know? Like, yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him as a threat. I don't see him as a threat. But I do think he has ways that he impacts a game to his credit. I think he's one of the few out there that plays to his strengths, and he also he likes to play a little aggressive. He gets physical at times and puts people on the line. So
Mikey drafted him so he won't hurt him again.
That's right. I like my knee. I like my ACL.
Yeah.
Okay, so, cool. Thank you for any other thoughts on Team 6? You think we're pulling up in number 3? That's playoffs. Just get us in there. We'll be all right. But okay.
Yeah.
Who's number 2?
I'm sure there'll be loads of layup lines, butt slaps that we all look forward to watching as the season kicks off. So
encouragement versus just absolute, ravaging criticism. So two methods. Yeah. Josh does one, I do the other.
Yeah. Just all the positive where Josh, you were just this evil villain, and I'm so glad that I was able to cut ways. You know what?
Yell at them at that moment. What do you yell at them? What are you doing? Yell at them.
What?
I can't tell them. You need to tell them. They won't listen to me.
What's
yell at them.
Listen to this guy. Oh man,
not repeating it. All right, go ahead. What's the next team?
We don't need to go down there because I would just wreck your whole positive guy shtick, and I don't want to do that to you. So, I'm okay with embracing the villain role. So, say what you want. All right, next one. It's there's only what 2 teams left, right? So obviously
five.
it's what's that?
Team 5, that I think you're gonna rank number 2.
Yeah, clearly, right? I mean, crown us king because, to Trevor's credit, that man has been on top of the mountain, and you're not taking that away from him. You got to beat the man. To be the man, you got to beat the man, right? And no one out in Intel's been able to show that. So yeah, obviously got us up there. A little bit different look for Trevor this season, for the way that he drafted. So I love the challenges that he's and the different strategic approach he's taking this season. So respect there, and I'm thinking that I can really get the most out of Trevor.
Thought he's
So
going
I'm excited.
pro bono. Trev's going pro bono this season,
Yeah.
donating the season.
Yeah.
Help
Yeah.
people with a lost cause.
Yeah, and I honestly don't even want to waste any energy on Dip's team. His team, to me.
Hey, really quick before we
yeah.
move on, Josh, from your team. So Trevor
Yeah.
basically traded Torrent and Danny for Barry and Bluefield. I think that's the way we think about this year, and then added some chemistry with Timmy and the rest of the crew. How do you feel that'll play out? So that's a pretty clear trade, right? Big 3.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure on that, or do you feel like the fans are being fair about that?
The fans are being fair.
Yeah, that they should think about that trade in comparison and kind of who looks better on paper and who's going to perform and all that good stuff.
I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, again, at least for me, I won't speak for Brian Barry, but I think when it comes to site games, I've been able to, not just on paper, but show that I deliver when it comes to game time and site games, like whether it's offense, defense, the level of intensity. I set the tempo. It's kind of my thing, and I just so as far as do I feel there's like a trade-off between me, Mark, or Danny? I think we all bring different skill sets, but I'm confident in what I'm bringing to the table, and I know I'm going to deliver because that's what I do.
Appreciate the answer, bud.
You bet, Chief. All right. So yeah, I don't want to spend too much energy on Dip's team because a little controversy there. We had an agreement on the side that hey man, I haven't played with you in a long time. If my name comes up on the board, pull the trigger, and instead he got a little greedy. So tried to let me drop, and so I have a personal vendetta this season, I think, just like last year. I'm coming for Dip's head. So yeah, I dropped a 19 piece on him, I think, the first game. So I'll see if I can repeat that same effort the next round.
I was just could you add in what did you think about Arbin's mustache?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, if there's anything in this league that's the most probably intimidating thing that stands out on paper or just in that video that you posted was Arbin's stash. I don't know, you got to share the secret sauce, Arbin. Is it just for hymns, or what is that? What are the different things that these older gentlemen are using these days to really make that thing pop? But my man, I was impressed. I respect it, and it is pretty intimidating. So I guess for that, that's probably, if anything, I had to comment on when it comes to Dip's team, was that stash. That thing meant all business, and but I look forward to locking eyes with that stash. Game 1 next week. So make sure you're ready there, Arbin. I'm coming for you, dude, and I'm bringing my Clippers with me. You got it.
Hey, one more question from McCurdy Sports Network, Josh Bluefield, if you could. You mentioned, as you give your analysis for Team 1, the only analysis you gave was how you were betrayed by an old friend. Do you have any thoughts on the team, the talent? Is it all about championship pedigree, or do you feel like you can give us an in-depth, maybe what their weaknesses are for the rest of the team? The league has a chance against number 1.
Whose weakness?
Yeah. You want me to give an?
Well, you crowned them top team. The only analysis on the team merit was that you didn't get drafted by this team. So how do you bring that energy to his teammates? Is he going to betray everyone?
Listen,
tell us about the team.
Listen, I put him 2.
Why does he need insider information?
I don't
He
know.
needs
I don't know.
strategy from you.
I don't know. I put him too. He's got some good players there. I mean, at the end of the day, he's got some good players. I like what some of those guys bring, especially some of those later picks. I mean, Ninrat, Ninrat's solid. Adrian's solid. Ben, I know a lot of folks know who Ben is, but that dude's he's kind of a sleeper. I mean, he'll come in and give some, high energy minutes. So I think he's got some good depth on that team. And Trot will give you a little love too, and you can shoot the occasional three. So I'll give you a little shoulder smack there. But yeah, so he's got some good depth on that team. That to his credit, I think if he gets established as a good rotation, I think he's got some good depth that will float him this season.
Appreciate it. No weaknesses?
Well, obviously the biggest weakness is their captain. Let's just call it like it is. This guy thinks he's something he's not, and he tries to draw up all these crazy plays and invoke this sense of leadership that no one's wanting to run through a wall for that guy. It was clear last season, and I expect some of the same result this season. But with his depth floating him this season, I think he'll be competitive, but it won't be to his credit.
Do we got a rebuttal there from
Thanks, Josh.
Hardeep there?
You bet. Yeah.
I don't know what to say, man. I mean, I must be like Mike, man. Everybody's hating on me. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants to jump through a wall for me. I guess
No.
I'm just trying to figure it out, man. I was just trying to take it easy on my teammates last season, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what I did wrong last season, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Looks
there's
like
a lot
you did everything wrong
and
last year. Yeah.
maybe over a happy hour at Chili's, I'll break it down for you. There's a lot that went wrong there, and you're learning, man. I got your back. I'll pick you up after I drop a 19 piece again on you first week of it.
I mean, I got the ultimate Robin in Arbin.
Uh-oh.
I mean, holy crap. Come on. And what else do I have to do? I get to run down court, shoot a 3-ball, then wait for Arbin to get a steal or a rebound. Then I run back down and shoot another 3. Done.
Yeah. Look, outside of Arbin's stash, there's nothing about his game that's super intimidating. The kid just started playing basketball a year ago. He's a soccer player at heart. He's got some good athleticism, but hey, when it comes down to it, right, when the game starts and the intensity level picks up, that dude goes ghost like Swayze. Okay, the guy is the least intimidating player out there.
Before I lost you, you wanted to play with Arbin. You're not playing any mind games with you.
Yeah,
you wanted to be on
because
the team.
because again, what Mike would say, I'm yelling at players or I'm saying things, right, that may come across, I don't know, I don't want to use the word dysfunctional, but constructive, right? As maybe I would say, but it's more like, hey, I'm trying to win a game, right? It's a game. At the end, there's nothing personal here, right? And I think when the game's over, I'm giving everyone hugs and butt slaps and all the Mike stuff. But when the game's on, it's on. We're all trying to win a game, and I expect the team to play at a certain level, myself included, probably more myself than the team. So I'm more getting upset with myself than anything else. But yeah, I think with Arbin, I'm gonna try to raise his sense of urgency, where I feel like he just he lets the game come to him, and he doesn't bring his game to the actual game itself. So yeah, do I think you're going to get that out of him? Absolutely not, because you've shown, as a captain, you tend to you rely heavily on Robin, and I don't think Arbin's up for that task. Although that stash could prove me wrong.
Yeah.
That
stash might add a couple more points.
Yeah. So
all right, since we have the supposed top 3 teams here, do we have any friendly wagers? Happy hour, anything like that?
Well, it's funny you say that, because actually one of the drinks I'm having right now, it's a Blue Moon. This was from a wager that Dip made with me last season. So
okay,
finally paid me off. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah. So look, I'm always up for a wager. Mike wants to wager his firstborn. Yeah. I'm not down for that. I already have 3, dude.
What's one more?
little bit of a scary nap time. So you okay, honey? Want to say hi? No? Okay.
No. Okay.
She saw Josh's picture.
That's
Hey.
the mean man we talk about. That's him. Don't look at him.
Scary guy.
Oh, dude, you can't do that. That's not fair. Now I got to be nice. Anyways, yeah. So anyway, I hope Lou, you got what you wanted out of this session. I felt like again, we're getting ready to go to war, and to have that video that got published yesterday was really disappointing. So I'm hoping that this level of analysis and I don't know, call it entertainment if you want, but I'm just gonna give it to you straight.
No, we appreciate the honest feedback, whether it's good or bad. We look forward to a great season.
Yes. Hey, and happy
Will,
Labor Day
is it
to all.
Is it fair to assume the next video that's dropping is everyone's analysis of Josh's team? Maybe Josh is the player. You just do a man on the street. Hey, give me an in-depth.
Listen, dude. Hey, you got it. You have to understand. I don't need to hear it. I know how everyone feels about me.
You just dealt the tea. So you just served it. This guy, he's nothing. This guy does this. It'd just be nice to hear some of the players just randomly like
guys. Look, I'll just do it for everybody right now, okay? I don't know why Josh gets drafted so high. I don't get it. The guy is like, he yells at everybody. He's slow. He's short. He has a size 36 to 38, kind of fluctuates waistline, right? There's a lot of things that on paper, that and things that I do, right? Maybe I'm inconsistent with shooting the ball. What have you, right? There's a number of folks feel a certain way about my game, and I'm totally fine with it. But I know what I bring, and I know when it comes to go time, there's things that I do differently than folks, pick up, and there's levels to this, and so keep doubting me. That's what I do. I love it. I love being the bad guy. I love embracing the villain role.
We appreciate you putting a target on your team's back, and we'll be gunning for you guys.
There's a reason why I've been in the finals back-to-back years. Mike would say it's because of him, and I'm sure most of the league would also say it's because of him. I'm okay with that, and you'll see again. And there's that common denominator. It's every time you see a team in the championship or in a playoff run, or I'm right there in the mix. So say what you want, but let's not be surprised when you see Team 2 up top of the mountain again.
All right. Well, we'll be highly anticipating the season and see how that plays out. Appreciate everybody's time.
All right.
Good rest of your week.
Woo, check, refresh that inbox, my man. We'll get you over to the team. Greenspan, don't be a chump. Don't do that to him. All right. See you guys. Happy Labor Day.
You too. Bye.
Later.